I just like to be setting up when it's actually 9:30 because that's in the website. That's when it says it starts. It's at 9:30, the live. But anyways, we'll get going now. It's all good. And you can see the screen over here. So today we've got red folder news at 2 p.m., which is not our trading session. But still, they've got something called power hour, which is, well, there's people that say it's from 3:50 till like 5 o'clock or whatever, but it's power hour. So I would say it's, 4 to 5 basically. But yeah, red folder news, 2 p.m. So, if you looked at the charts at like 210 or something or 205, you might be able to get some really nice trades there. Just a reversal type thing. Don't blindly just go in and buy and sell though. Wait for market to go sideways, and then, when it's in a range, it's sideways, right? And then you'd get into a trade. So 9:30 a.m., which is pretty much in a couple minutes, we've got Trump speaking there, which I don't think it should be orange folder. I think it should be red folder. Like that's kind of crazy. The guy can say anything and flip the market on its back. So yeah, let's just get going here. This is our trade from last night, which I caught this. So it was in group, guys. I always post these trades in group. Where is it? It's right here, right? That trade there. So that played out pretty good. It actually went both directions. So this was the trade. And then I guess for the late night people, I'm already in bed at that time. You guys caught a bunch of trades here and it actually hit our target there. So which is pretty cool. And that was in gold. So I guess we can delete the gold chart and then we'll go put the NASDAQ over here. Okay. And we'll get set up. So I'm going to grab my box. I'm going to go to 7 p.m. All this stuff is in the course, right? Okay, Tokyo range. And then we're going to 1 a.m., which is right there. So I think that's the 1 a.m. candle. Yeah. Okay, so pretty much like that. There, let's zoom in there. I can't really see it very good. But yeah, it looks like we're 1:30, 15. Yeah, pretty much got it. Bring it down a bit. Boom. There you go. Doesn't matter if it's like right on 100%, but whatever. So we're we're in the Tokyo range there, but the VWAP is high in the Tokyo range. So probably we'll take out this liquidity here on the open. But once again, we've got that Trump news, guys, at 9:30, which it's 9:30 right now. So we'll have to see what happens with his news there. Because, yeah, so you can see US30 reacted to the news. So that's why you never want to just jump in trades there. Oh, this is the 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, you never want to just jump in trades right when the market opens because you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm all over. Okay, let's get this over here. And we need to look for 7 p.m. 7, there's 7 right there. And then from the high to the low. So 7, definitely that's the high. And then 1 a.m. Well, I guess that 7 is the low. And you can see all the support there. But anyways, we're under it, so it's resistance. And yeah, so US30 is definitely different than the NASDAQ today, which that was like yesterday. And then they kind of started doing the same thing later in the day. So let's get this guy red. Okay. And then, so I'm going to talk about this today, guys, is in the course, this is what we're trading. Okay, so on my computer screen, like this is an external monitor that you're watching. And I have the full contracts on here because you can see how they wick. Like they're really nice. They're super clean. So it shows reversals really good, right? Okay. Like for instance, if I was to put US30, this is US30. Okay. And then we go to the 1 minute chart. And then we go to 1 minute chart here. Okay, you can see the wicks are a little bit different. See, this wick came down more. This wick here on the US30 chart, it's more clean, right? So I like to chart on these charts. And then, of course, we have to trade on these with the firms, right? The micro contracts. And then, so in the course, if you go over to the course and you click on classroom, it's in day 3. Tickers, okay, you can see here, you know, MNQ is NAS100. MNQ is the micro contract, okay? So, yeah, you need to go through the course, guys, before you start trading, okay? Which, that just makes sense, right? You want to learn how to do something before you actually do it. So we will get going here. And are we 33? Okay, so we got our trade set up. So this is the low, this is the high, and this is all the volume coming in on market open. The Trump news has passed for 3 minutes now, so we can easily trade once we get our first trade set up. We can just jump in there. Okay. Yeah, so US30, guys, it's probably going to give a long, likely. This will be our trade. Okay, but we'll have to wait and see. As soon as it gives the entry, I will jump in there and log into my firm account. I'm trading on 50K today, so probably going to do. I'm probably. Actually, I'm going to do 10. So I'm going to up my lot size today a little bit. So I'm going to do 10 lots in US30 on my 50K account. If you're new to trading, guys, like this is your first week or whatever, or you're not 100% confident clicking buy and sell, you can trade on one lot. Okay. Until you're confident clicking buy and sell, you always want to trade on one lot. Like nothing can really go wrong in your account if you trade on one lot. Like you'd have to seriously mess up and hold a trade for a really extended amount of time. Okay. To, really let it go against you, right? Which I don't think anyone's going to do that. Just totally let the trade go against you. But yeah, guys, believe it or not, there's some people out there that trade on one lot. They have zero risk management rules and they'll blow their test phase with one lot. They'll buy and then they'll close their screen. They won't look at it and they'll just, because there's a lot of mentors out there, guys, that say to do that, right? Is just set and forget, which is it's crazy to do that. Like, why would you do that? Kind of crazy. Okay, so okay, so we're looking like we might get a long here. Looks like it. Okay, just waiting for that body to open, and then that's my entry model. Got 11 more seconds. Okay, so I'm buying here, and then this is my target. Is just the top of Tokyo or where I see it start to go sideways. Okay, so still not giving us our entry that we want just yet. Let's look to the left here. We'll see what is back here. What is it fighting with? So it's fighting with this stuff. Okay, so you can see it hasn't taken this out. So we will put a line there. Then we've got another one there and then one right at the top. Okay. So we know it might have a pullback from here. Okay, from about there. And this is really painful because I just want to jump in here right now, but because it's kind of in a good spot to buy, but we got to wait. So you can see there now it's back here. So it might. So it's a good thing we just don't jump right in, right? So let's look for a fair value gap. You can see there's a gap right at the VWAP. So it might have a pullback to the VWAP. So what I'm going to do is drop my lot size here to 5. Okay. And then I'm getting in with the 5 lots. Okay, because we might pull back to the VWAP. Okay. And then I'm going to put it back to the normal candles. I'm going to put my trend line on here. We already touched that. So that's not that great. But, if you're unsure about things, like the trade's in profit right now. You could just take your little profits if you want, because this might have been like, oh, that's what it's trying to go for, because it touched that basically on our entry candle when it opened and then it went up there. So we will see. It should go up there, guys, is what it should do. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, still looking good. It's holding our little trend line here, which we have. Okay, so I would sell 50% here. Just do a 50% sell there. Okay, so this is our overall target, what we want. How much did that trade make? Not that much. Anyways, it's a good trade. It's giving us profit. Okay, this is your 100% sell. Where it is right now, guys, you can sell anytime you want. Okay, like it's not guaranteed it's going to touch here, right? Just sell anytime you want. There, you should have taken 50% at that line if you're listening to what I was saying. Okay. This guy over here, we've got another 6 minutes for this trade setup. Okay, and don't be afraid to, if you're trading on your full lot size and the trade's only giving you say $50 a profit, guys, don't be afraid to take it. Like profit is profit. Okay, if this next body opens on the other side of this trend line, 100% just sell, get out, right? Just get out of the trade because it could come all the way down to here. And you don't want to, like I think we bought like around there somewhere, right? So anytime just sell. Okay. When you see a body open on the other side of this line, it's telling you to, get the heck out of the trade. Okay. So I'm going to mark it down as we did one trade so far. Okay. So there you go. Good thing, right? Because I think our next body is going to open on the other side. We got one more second. There you go. Okay. So this is the start of the pullback to either here or here. Okay. You can see the VWAP is there as well. Okay. All this stuff, guys, is in the course. You just need to go through the course. You go through the course, you'd be like, oh, wow, I understand what's going on. He's just doing what's in the course, right? Except for the models. The models are in the course, but they're just in the VIP section, like the models for the New York Open, for the Nasdaq and US30. Okay, so we'll see this guy. So everyone should be out of that trade there, and see we're getting some sideways. Like it could just go and wick all the way up to there, but you got to think like profit is profit. This is the style of trading we're doing. It's just in and out really, really quick. Give yourself an hour a day or 30 minutes or who knows, 4 minutes. If you get one great trade, then just stop trading. Like if your goal is to make 250 a day from your trading and you do one trade, your first trade gives you $300 of profit, then that's the market telling you to stop because you hit your goal, right? Okay. So yeah, you got to I think we talked about this in yesterday's VIP was you got to be like realistic with your mind in your trading, right? Like the average American, I think they make like $300 a day or $200 a day or something like that. If you make that in 4 minutes in your trading, then like what is it telling you, right? It's telling you, okay, maybe that's it. That's good enough. I did my one trade and I hit my goal. Okay, so you can see now she's starting to struggle. Okay, and Nasdaq, Nasdaq, we've got another 4 minutes to wait for our trade setup in the Nasdaq, but we can start to move our lines around here. So I don't think it's going to come back down here in the next 4 minutes, but we'll just put it there just to get it set up. And yeah, US30, you could do a buy here, like at the green line. I would wait to see what happens here though. Like if a body opens below the green line, we know it's going to come down here. And this, I like this trade better than buying off the green line. But yeah, it might just like this candle here might be the reversal. And then we go up and hit that top of the Tokyo high, right? Right? It's going to want to take that out because think of this. Okay, so we'll just drop to the 15-minute chart here. So everyone that was trading um, uh, late last night, guys, and they got pretty much got lucky and they got into shorts right here. They have their stop losses all set up here. Okay, so the institutions, they're going to want to bring price up there, right? Okay, but they might bring it down here first, or even down to here, and then maybe even later on in the day they bring it back up here, or who knows? They could actually bring it down here, take out all these stop losses, and then when we have our red folder news at 2 p.m., they could go and they could take out this high. So it's really like you do not know what's going to happen. You just got to kind of play, um, and do your trades based upon what the candles are telling you. Okay. So you look at them like, how did I know to get out of this trade? Right. First, it was like, okay, this thing's giving me enough profit. That was my first sign. Is like, okay, I'll just get out. Like, that's a pretty good little scalp trade. And then, as I was saying, when it breaks the trend line that we had and you see a body opening on the other side, that's the first sign of it being like, hey, I'm done. Like, I'm going to struggle now. Okay. So, these are all neutral candles here. But you can see it's kind of trying to go up. So it's probably going to go up there. Okay. We've got one more minute for this guy here. This guy. This is not a good trade if it gives us a long, like if we get a body open on the other side of this. Um, it's not very good because well, it's above the VWAP. It'd be above this high here, above the Tokyo high, but I would think that it's just going to take this out. So it'll move up a bit and then probably come back down. But yeah, we trade the model, guys. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so now it's taking that out. And then we can see what happens here. Like if we get a body open above here, it could continue going up. And then we know, okay, we can, start to look at long positions in US30. Okay. So you can see the NASDAQ now, we'll have to see and wait. Okay. So there you go. There's our 45 candle. So you can see the 15-minute candle here. Okay. That's the 15-minute, 30-minute candle. That's the range that we're trading in or out of, I should say. And then we've got to wait and see what happens here. Okay. Do we get a body open above? And if we do, we know we can jump in there, but it's not that great of a trade. It's more of a like high risk trade, not a like very very high risk trade, just kind of high risk, right? Okay. So I kind of don't want that. I want this to be the top, and then I want it to come back down, and then us get this trade here. Okay. There's probably fair value gaps through here. Okay. There's one here. There's one here. So we can. There's one there too. They're all the way through here. Anyways, let's just put one right here around the VWAP. Okay. Because there's one, pretty much every candle has a fair value gap in it. So yeah, we know this is exactly what we wanted. Okay. So we don't want to see it go like this because it could go like this. Okay. We want this trade here, guys. Is what we want to get. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And US30 is trying its best to just keep on going. So this could be another trade for you, right? There's going to be a fair value gap there, and it's pretty much hit it. Okay, but there'll be 1 minute ones through here. It might want to take that out. Okay, so I just go with the equal wicks. See, all the wicks are equal there pretty much. So I put my line there. You know what? I even bring it down here. Okay, so we could think about this trade here. So I'm going to say let's wait for the next pullback. And then if it doesn't come up to here with the next pullback, then we'll jump in. Okay. I think that's best because this is, see, it's overextended. pretty good. But we know that, it could just keep on going up, right? Like this means a lot, this over here, but still it doesn't mean all that much. Like it can still continue to go up. It's just the market range. So for the people that are not VIP, this is market range here. Okay, so price range, and then untick all of this stuff and just use the price range. Um, and you'll have just that there. And it's a really clear sign of where price is throughout the day type thing. Okay. So it's kind of overextended. You want to be trading short or long or whatever when it's not so overextended, right? Okay. Like to trade short right now, and this is why I said like, short or long, is because to trade short right now, you're guessing. Like you're trying to catch the knife. Oh, is this at the top of the market? Like you don't know, right? You got to wait for the market stages. Okay. Lesson one, market stages. You have to wait for a stage three, and then you can start shorting. When you're in a stage one, you can think about going long, right? The best way to find these is on the 15-minute chart. Okay. So this right here, guys, this is telling me don't trade this because it's so close, right? We found this on the 15-minute chart. Those are all those wicks at the top. We know the top wick is like around here. So it could go to around this area and then have a nice big pullback. So that's what I'd be waiting for. This is how you get to be consistent and profitable, is if you just sit and wait. Like you understand what's going on and then you just sit around and wait for the actual trade setups that you want to take happen. Right? Like we could have just bought here when the candle opened above the Tokyo, because I was talking about that. I said, oh, like this might be our next trade here. But, I didn't feel that confident in it because of this is overextended. And we know, like, look, it just touched it right now. And we know that's where it's going to want to go. Right. Okay. So this guy here is kind of around our area where we want to see it come down to. And I'd really like it to touch this fair value gap. And I think there was one. Yeah, there's even one below it right here. So maybe if it wicks down to here. So if it touches this one, I'm going to grab this and put it down here. And then I'm going to see what happens in that area. Okay, so it's pretty much touched that one. And you can see this one now, it might turn over. Okay, so if we see it going sideways here, then you could take a short. Okay, so this guy's coming down to here. That's what we want. We want to let it kind of breathe. And then in this area, we want to see what's going to happen. Is it going to start to go sideways? If it starts to go sideways here, we know we could take a high risk long. Okay. If it breaks below here and we get a body open below this red line, then we get an A plus short because under the VWAP. And we know that it wants to go here, like same as this trade, right? It wanted to go up. So let's just wait. And looks like we're having another kind of a well, the market's moving pretty good, but we're not getting a bunch of quick trades like we did the week before. So this week, guys, has been pretty slow, and I know why today. It's because we have all this red folder news at two o'clock. So a lot of the traders they're not trading now and they're waiting till 2. Okay, so this guy didn't come all the way down here, and he's going back up. So we'll have to wait and see. This guy's showing signs that he wants to come back down. So we need to find fair value gaps over here. So there's one right at this black line. Okay, so let's just delete that one and put a new one there. So there's one right here. This is the lowest one. And then there's one right here as well. Okay, so we'll just remember like top of the Tokyo. And we know there's highs up here, right? That it might want to just wick up and take out. And then if it continues going up, we could actually trade long, but it'd be high risk because it's overextended. It needs to have a nice like pullback and sideways action. Okay, so this guy here, you could do a high risk buy. So that's my next trade is I'm going to do a high risk buy in the NASDAQ. So I'm going to get the NASDAQ on my chart and wrong chart. Okay. And I'm going to wait and I'm going to see what happens here? What do the wicks look like? Okay, I would like to buy above the VWAP. You can see there's a trend line coming down here, right? So don't buy just yet. You got to kind of wait, and we know that it's going to want to wick down to there. Okay. Okay, so if we get a body open on the other side of this, or if it wicks down to there, that's kind of what I want to see. I'd really like it just to wick down here, and then and then we break the trend line and we get our trade. Let's glance at the 15-minute. It's probably neutral. Yeah, so the 15-minute chart's a freaking mess. The 15-minute chart's telling us not to trade. It's got 6 more minutes on this candle, but who knows? Maybe in 6 minutes it's back up here. But yeah, that's kind of with New York session. You gotta kind of just go with the flow because it's always most of the time the higher time frames are going to be neutral, right? So let's look at the previous 4-hour chart. We'll see what it looks like. Put the 4-hour on there. And yeah, neutral. So 4-hour looks like garbage as well. So yeah, today is definitely not like a beginner's trading day. It's higher time frames are saying not to trade today, guys. But you know, I'm live. We can find trades. It's easy enough. So this guy here, really, really struggling. We know up here is some wicks. Let's just go and mark off that top wick. So if it does wick all the way up here, so we're going to move our line up to there. And if it does wick there and then come down and start to go sideways, we could think about getting in some shorts. Okay, this guy's starting to show signs that we want to take a long. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take a long here, and it's not like a great trade, but it's something. So I'm in there. I'm in with 3 lots of the NASDAQ. It's already in profit. This is a high, oh shit, just went against me. This is a high risk trade. So I'm going to get out quick. Okay. Okay. So that sucks. And this is going to blow all my profits that I just made. Yeah. Damn. Okay. But still, we're still trending upwards on a 1 minute chart, which means nothing. But still, the trend is up there. The trade hasn't like totally went against us yet, guys. If we get a body open down here and it starts going down like that, then sure. Like basically here, okay? If we have a body of a candle open below here, it's going to come down here. And then if we get a body open below here, it could actually give us this trade here. So we wouldn't want to be in this trade that we're in. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, what I'm watching. And I just understand that the trading, today is not that great. This is a high risk trade, right? Okay, so this is not good here. And I really don't like that we have 40 more seconds on this candle left to go. I'm getting out of it. I don't want to. I've lost all the profit that I just made on that first trade, plus a bit more. So now I'm down today, guys. So that sucks. Anyways, it happens, right? You're going to have, well, through my journal and the live VIPs, we have about 1 loss per week, like a whole day of loss, right? So, okay. So, anyways, it's doing what I said I wanted it to do at the start, but we took that high risk trade. Okay, so we know that if we get a body open below this line here, we could take a short. Okay, if it finds support around here, we could go long again, but it needs to show signs um, that it's going to go up. And right now, it's just going down. Okay, we know this is the Tokyo low. Okay, so this could be our trade here, and we could just make back the loss that we just had. This guy's touched our the higher wick there, the US30. And now I'm like, oh, I wish I had it shorted, but you don't know, right? So you just have to kind of go with the flow. And if today is a loss, it's a loss. It just sucks that it's a Wednesday and we have like more people than normal watching this stuff because it's open to everyone, right? Okay, so this has been taken out. Just delete everything once it gets taken out. Okay, if we get a body open here, we could enter our short. Okay, because we had a loss, guys, your mind is going to be like, up your lot size. Come on, don't be a sissy. Up your lot size. You just had a loss. Do not freaking do it. Just keep your normal lots. If you're uncomfortable with things, go to even drop your lots to one lot size. Um, you got to play it safe, right? All right. Okay, this is really showing signs that it wants to come down, but we have to wait, right? I would like to see for this one, I'd like to see a body open here, and then we know we could take it down to the top of Tokyo or whatever. This guy here, we could get our trend line ready for it. Okay, something like that. Okay, so we have to wait for our entry. And who knows, guys, maybe this is the bottom of this and it goes back up and like you just don't know, right? You got to kind of have to play it. You have to find a model that works and then just stick to it. And then you'll notice the end of the week. There you go. Okay, so that's our entry. So I'm getting in there. I'm going to sell. Okay. It's in a little itty bitty bit of profit. When I'm trading now, I'm not thinking about making back my loss. I'm thinking about just trading and making some profit and using my risk management. If it goes against me, I get the heck out of the trade, right? I'm not going to sit there and just be like, oh, I got to make it back. I got to make it back, because it went against me, right? Okay. So just take it for how it is. It's looking good, right? It's going down. We know this is the overall target. Okay, we know it's going to want to go there. So what I do now, because it could come down really quick and we are in some profit, is I'd actually put my sell order around here, just in case it wicks and then wicks back up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my buy order. So basically you're just putting a buy down there and it'll get you out of the trade if it wicks really quick. And I think we've made back our loss pretty much. Okay, but don't think like that, guys. Don't think, oh, I've made back my loss. Yay. just just kind of, treat it as like a normal trade, right? Okay. So I'm watching the trend line. Maybe when it gets here again, I sell 50%, right? Okay. So there now it's going against us. Okay. It almost hit my sell. Holy shit. Hopefully we didn't stay in this one too long. I don't think so. I think it's going to come down here. Like, why would it not? Unless it's really messing with people. Yeah, look at all this. Oh, there's a fair valley gap back there. Hopefully it just didn't hit that. Let's zoom in and look. There's one right there. I should have checked for this first because I would have known. Oh, okay, good. It didn't hit it. Okay, so we just got a candle that I don't like that broke our trend line, but now it's back down. Oh, no, it didn't. It kind of broke it, but didn't open on the opposite side. Okay, so what it might be doing now is it goes up, it's like taking a breath of air, and then it's going to come back down again. Or it could just totally go against us. We don't know. Okay. I got to mark down our second trade was a loss. Okay. Okay, so it's like pretty much at our entry. Okay, it's back in profit. Okay, I'm just going to get out of this thing, guys. I took it. I just got out. Okay, now it's back down to like get the hell out of the trade. This line here, sell 100% right now, guys. Just get out of there. Okay, that's the line with the fair value gap. It likely will come down and touch here. Okay. So, anyways, that worked out for us. That was good. 'Cause that was a scary one. Oh my God. Okay. So, third trade was a profit. Okay. And did it make back our loss? Pretty much. I think I'm down like $10 or something like that for the day. So it's not bad at all. I got when I hit sell I hit sell. You hit sell and then or like get out of your trade. It waits a second. So I guess that second it waited, it went up a bit, which kind of sucks. So hopefully you guys, which is likely you guys sold after I said I'm getting out, right? Because there's probably like a couple seconds delay because it's live. Anyways, yeah, get the heck out of that trade if you're not out of it. This is our target, right? So pretty much hit our target. It still could come down here though. Okay. This is telling us not to trade. This is just saying just wait. Like, we got to wait. Okay. It's taken out that previous high. So let's delete this line because it's taken that out. This is our line that we want to be looking at it if we get a body open below here, but we can move it up to there now. Right. So the reason I moved it up to there is because this is the new 1 minute level. Right. We had a pullback here. That's the new 1 minute level. Okay. And look at this. Now, boom, right back up to that red line. It still didn't take out the Tokyo low, but maybe that's not its plan. Maybe it's like, oh, later on today, I'm going to take that out. I'm just coming down here to take out that fair value gap that we found on the 1 minute chart. Okay. So it's taken that out. I like a clean chart. So I was kind of delete things. And there might actually be a 15-minute trend right now. Yeah, so there's a downtrend on the 15-minute chart. So I would not trade long here, even if we do get a body open above there on the 1 minute. You're trading against the 15, which is not that great. So we might not have another trade in the Nasdaq because it could just range here. If it continues to go down, we can continue to trade. This is way overextended here, guys. Um, it just keeps on going. Yeah, so we've taken our three trades. I'm down $10 actually. So I didn't make profit today, guys, which sucks. But you're gonna have those days, which I was up. It was that second trade that killed me. But still, it's pretty much a break even day, right? And I've got oh no, I have a soccer game tonight. So I probably can't take my son has one, right? I probably can't take um, do a trade in the Tokyo session because our soccer game's like right at that time. Like he's pretty much done at like 8:30 or whatever. So, but yeah, I always bring my computer with me just in case. So you can see here we're ranging now. So it's telling us not to trade. The 15-minute chart is bearish. This guy's definitely bullish. Oops. Yeah, the 15-minute. So you can see, guys, they're doing the opposite thing, which a lot of times they don't do that. So Nasdaq and US30 are pretty much opposite today. One's bullish and one's bearish. And this guy, is it at the all-time high now? Yeah. So this guy's, there's no target here, guys, because like the chart's telling us, oh, if you want to trade, you can trade long, but we don't know where to trade to. So the only kind of model you can use when the market's overextended and it's at like a previous, like it's never been there before type thing, is you want to, and I think I said this in yesterday's live as well, is you want to look for even numbers. Okay. So if you see it start to go sideways at an even number, okay, then normally that's like, it's just like a mindset thing of everyone who's trading. Like I want to sell at 52 250 or something like that, right? And you'll notice that it wicks to that and goes sideways, and then that's its high and it pulls back. I hate trading at all-time highs just because it's, my model is fair value gaps is a big part of like where I know to get out and in and stuff. So my mind right now is telling me just stop looking at this. So let's look at gold. Okay, gold looks a lot better to trade, but it is, neutral. But we haven't taken out highs, right? Like the US30, it's like, what do you do? Where do you sell? What are your targets? Who knows? Okay, so we know here with gold, gold likes to take out levels. Okay, so we know these are all targets for gold to take out today if the trend continues up, right? This could be a trend line here where it just decides to go down, right? Like maybe this is some kind of trend line. Well, it's broken it, but maybe that is something there, right? All these highs. Okay. So these are all things we gotta watch for. So I'll delete that just because we don't know. Like it's in a wedge pattern, right? On the 15 minute. Okay, so let's look at the 1 minute on it. And it's pretty bullish, but we got equal highs here. Okay, the NASDAQ is just don't trade. Okay. So we might do a trade in gold here, but we have taken 3 trades during the session, guys. I might just label this day as like, well, it's pretty much a break even. It's $10, but I think I'm going to label this day as a loss just because well, first off, it's better for the content. Like I just can't always be like, oh, look, profit, profit, profit in every single video. Um, but yeah, most traders, if they lose $10, that's their trading session is they lost $10. They'd say it's a break even day because it's like, you take one of like the 3-second trade and you've made your $10 back type thing. But yeah, there's no trade in the NASDAQ. Gold, let's look at gold here. Like we have a lot more time to go. So it'd be nice to find at least 1 or 2 more trades. I'm going to drop my lot size now. So I'm going to trade on 1 lot just because I've done my 3 trades. So I recommend if you've done 3 trades, even if you're sitting like me and you're at like a little itty bitty loss, just drop your lot size, guys. Like there's no point, um, putting that kind of risk on your account, and today's just it's kind of like today's just like we didn't trade. That's kind of what it's like. If you had a loss, maybe you didn't take the second trade. And then now you're like, oh, but I'm in $200 of profit or whatever. But you don't know. You don't know until you know. Okay. So I'm just messing around on my other screen. So I'm going to put gold on here. And sorry, I've got to clean up my chart, my gold chart. It still has the setup from last night. So with gold, it actually does respect that 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. EST, so which is our Tokyo range. So I'm gonna put that on my chart just in case we are in it, because you can see it's just a lot of sideways action, and then at least I have some kind of targets on here. So 7 is there. So we've got this wick down here, that's 7, and then we've got this guy 9. Okay, and then 1 a.m.'s like over here somewhere. Yeah, over there. Okay, so we are inside the Tokyo range. You can see it kind of broke below it a bit there. On the 15 minute, this does look like some kind of high. So maybe we get a pullback to the VWAP here. This is a very strong level. Gold, guys, I'm not a gold trader, but I understand how it moves. Gold moves like beautifully on levels. Okay, so we can see this is a strong level here, which lines up with the VWAP. So if we get a pullback, the odds of it coming down to here is really freaking high if it pulls back. Okay, so I'm going to leave that line on my chart where it pretty much topped out. You can see, look to the left, there's all this back here. So that could be some kind of high in it. The NASDAQ, there's no point looking at the NASDAQ anymore, guys. It's just ranging, right? Okay. Like gold's the one that is actually moving okay still to trade. So I'm going to put gold 15 minute over here. And like that. And then same with in the course, guys. Like this is the chart I'm charting on, AXU, which is a gold contract. Okay. The micro gold contract is this guy over here. Okay. MGC1. Okay. You can see it doesn't like it wicks, like the wicks are just messy, right? So that's why I chart on this one because the wicks are much cleaner. Okay. Which then you can find your levels easier. This is something I only kind of teach to the VIP members because I can't like leave all the freaking sauce for just everyone there. And what's in the course, guys, is more than enough for you just to start trading and be profitable with it. Like you have to master it, of course. But anyways, this is what I'm talking about here. Okay. So you've got your gold contract, and then just saying it's gold. I should put XAU there as well. There. So you guys know that chart. But anyways, this is the gold chart that I like to chart on. Okay. So I chart on this chart here, and then I'll trade on MGC, right? Which is the micro contract. So this guy here, we kind of waited around for too long, but there's definitely a fair value gap. I Another thing I want to say is about gold is gold does not respect fair value gaps like the indices do, like the Nasdaq, S&P 500, US30. You know, it respects levels more, right? So we know there's a fair value gap here that's been taken out, but there's one right here. So you can see it just like ran right through it. So targets might be like you might target this, like equal lows there. Okay. And then I would use Hintakiyashi candles. So something like this. Okay. And then we know this is a level here. So it could come down to here. The thing we don't like about this is then it's kind of creating equal, like this previous low is could be equal to this one when it comes back down, or who knows, maybe it just shoots back up. But you can see where it's going. It's trying to go up here likely. Okay. We know this is really, really strong support. We found it on the 15-minute chart. Okay. So there's all that. And yeah, guys, I know exactly what's happening right now. Like everyone is just not trading. The institutions probably are like, oh, let's just not trade anymore. The retail traders are probably just like, let's not trade. Like 2 p.m. is where it's at. Red folder news, 2 p.m. Like, look at it all, guys. It's crazy. Okay. So that's what's going on here now. It's just everything is just so freaking slow. Slow, slow, slow. Ba-da-ba-doo. Yeah, like just to buy or sell here now, you're just rolling the dice basically. You're kind of gambling. Um, I would really like to get one more trade out of here, but I don't want to force it. This is our 15-minute over here. Okay, so you can see on the 15-minute it's starting to show signs that it wants to kind of roll over and come down. Ba-ba-da-ba-doo. Yeah, really slow. So this is why I don't think it's a good idea to trade live at EST time zone, like night, like basically during Tokyo session. I pretty much can't trade London because you guys know I got a 10-year-old kid, right? Well, he's almost 11. So I can't be like trading at 3 a.m. when I got to get up and get him to school and stuff like that. But yeah, like trading during Tokyo session, guys, this is what it's like. It's so freaking slow that we could sit here for an hour and I would call a range and we might not even get a trade, right? So I know I've had some people say, "Hey Drew, yeah, I'll upgrade to VIP, but like I can't go to the VIP sessions. Can you do a later trade calls and like do later lives?" And it's just like I can do it, the problem is that we might not trade, right? So it's kind of like I don't want to tell people, "Hey, show up, show up, show up," and then we don't even trade. Like you're showing up, you're not making money. I'm just like talking the whole time, which makes no sense at all. So yeah, I think that the VIPs sessions, it's like 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. EST is kind of what we're gonna have to do here. Is just stick to that. What I did do though is I added, I don't know if I can I do the calendar? Yeah, I can. Okay. I've added this here. So we're going to do a test run with this. is a Q&A every Sunday. So we'll do a test run with it this week. We'll see how many people show up. If like 4 people show up or whatever, it kind of tells me, okay, there's interest in it. If it's just me and maybe one other person, then I'll be like, okay, there's no interest in it. I can just do it in text, like maybe text an image or something through the group, where we'll have a banner that says Q&A, and then you can ask questions in the post below or whatever, something like that. But yeah, so far it looks like people are interested. I made a post about it right here, and yeah, crazy thumbnail. But we've got some people here that are, I think they're my time zone, EST or Mountain Time or whatever, like Canada, US, and they're like, yeah, I can do that. That works out. So we'll have to see how that goes there. And you can see, guys, there's just it's telling us not to trade, like, and that's why I'm saying today just might be like a lost day, right? Minus $10 or whatever type thing. There, actually, you guys, if you the Nasdaq, the third trade we did, if you got out at the line, you wouldn't have lost money. You guys would have made money. But mine, when I clicked to sell to get out of the trade, right? It because it waits a second, then it gets out of the trade for you. I think it went against me a bit, like it went back up a bit, and then I got out like not that far away from where I got in. So yeah, it didn't work out that great for me. But yeah, I think that for some people they might have made a profit today. But I'm going to jot this day down as a loss, guys, just because I think that's the right thing to do. Is because I did like $10 is a loss, right? So this guy here, like you can't trade until it breaks here, right? Okay, like sure, it might come down here and you can get a trade from here to here, but we don't know that's going to happen, right? We know if we get a candle body open below here, the odds are it's going to come down to around this area, which then we could trade. We know that, and this is why I'm not trading now, guys. I'm just talking, which I'm really good at. If you guys haven't noticed, which is strange because I'm dyslexic, and most dyslexics are not very good speakers. But anyways, this line here, this is our long position. So this is like the trade setup, right? Is body opens here, we know that it's either a liquidity sweep, which it comes up to there, or it's going to come up to here, which the odds are if a body opens above here, it's not a liquidity sweep and it's going to go to here, right? If a body opens below this red line here, we know that it could come down to here or even down to the VWAP, likely because gold loves the VWAP, down to the VWAP, down to this black line. 9 a.m. So Tokyo low has already been taken out, so it's not a target. So this bottom green, the bottom of the green box is not a target. It's already been taken out, right? Right. So yeah, there's just no trade, guys. So this is by far, if we don't get a trade in the next 10 minutes, which you know, I don't think we might not get a trade in the next 10 minutes. This is going to be our 3 trade day, which is the least amount of trades we've ever had during the VIP lives. And it kind of sucks that it landed on a Wednesday when let's see how many people are watching this. Yeah, there's 25 people watching this because it's Wednesday. It's VIP lives open to everyone. But yeah, if this is your first VIP live you're watching, I would say, just so you're like this, your confidence are not shot because it's like, oh my God, we only did 3 trades over an hour. And the guy doing this actually had a little bit of a loss. I would say just go watch any other VIP lives and you'll see like they're all profitable. This is normal. We have 1 loss per week. Is the average, like that's in my trading journal. That's what it tells me is you have about 1 loss per week, like losing day, right? Okay. Anyways, we might get our next trade here, guys, but I don't think so. I think that if we do, I think it's going to be a liquidity sweep of this there, and we might not even get the trade because of these candles here. It kind of feels like it wants to turn back down. So I'd rather see a short trade here. So just for safety, I'm going to take the trade anyways because I'm going to trade on 1 lot, which means nothing. Like if you trade on 1 lot, there's like what do you lose? You lose $10 or whatever kind of thing, or whatever it is in the gold contract. if it gives us our entry, just because that is showing a model there. But I'm going to say if you haven't done your 3 trades, like we do 3 trades, and then after that, if you want to continue trading, you drop your lot size. Okay. If you didn't do your 3 trades, I would say do not take this trade because I think this is the top, right? It kind of looks like it. But if we do get a body open here, I'm going to do it because, kind of just for fun in a way, right? And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then I just get out. Okay. So, and also you can see here the trend line. So there's the entry candle. You can see the trend line sucks. Okay. So I've bought, I'm in there. Don't buy. I wouldn't recommend you do it. But who knows? Maybe I make back my $10. Still, I'll just mark it down as a losing day. If it breaks the trend line here, I get out of the trade. Okay. And then another reason I'm doing this is I can mark down the 4th trade. I'm not forcing a trade, right? Okay. I think I've made my loss back. Let's just see. Oh, I did. I did. Get the hell out, Drew. Boom. There you go. Okay, so that worked out. I made my loss back. Okay, I'm gonna mark today as a loss though. Okay, guys, it feels right for me to do that just because I'm sitting here. I'm like I wouldn't take this trade, and we did have the first out of the first 3 trades. That second one did create a loss for me. Okay, but I think a lot of you guys watching had a nice profit. Okay, so you don't want to just get the hell out of the trade right now. You want to kind of sit in it a bit and see. And I would take 50% profit. Okay, these are huge, huge wicks, or sorry, huge candles. So I would take 50% profit, guys, and then I would go and look and see where the heck's it going. Okay, so we're on the 15-minute on this guy, and I would look. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so it's broken out totally and equal highs. Okay, so this is a target for you, is around here. Let's just move it down a bit. Okay, so you take your 50% profits, and then it's so close to that. Mm. And you'd be in this trade probably even for after the session. Okay, so anyways, it's going to want to go to around here, but it's kind of already went there. So I wasn't expecting it to go up that high. I was expecting it to go for like these right here, right? Or even that one at the top of the Tokyo, because it hadn't been taken out, right? These guys here didn't take it out. So yeah, I'd look for it maybe to touch there. But if you did take 100% profit, and you just got out of the trade, like it was still a freaking banger. I went in there with one lot, guys, and it made like 60 something bucks, right? Okay. But once again, I'm going to mark today as a loss just because I feel that's like the thing I should be doing as today. And let's drop back down to the minute chart. Anyways, a part of me feels good that that worked out because I know some people did take it there. And if this candle, if you start to see a trend line coming down here with the Hintakeyashi candles, then it's telling you like it's either taking a breath of air and then it's going to go up again, or it's telling you like, no, this is the top and it's going to come back down, right? So those are all kind of things you need to think about. Yeah, and look at this candle. Like that candle, that's a 15-minute candle. It's freaking massive. But when you look to the left, you can see what gold does, guys. It'll when it does have a top, it'll go sideways a lot. Like it, creates equal highs a lot. Okay. So that's why I'm saying that it could touch this line here, but I'm pretty sure everyone got out of the trade because I said I'm getting out. it's it's made more than my loss. I'm getting out, but yeah, it's looking like it's going to go to here. Okay, so we've got a couple minutes left, guys. It's Wednesday. We kind of knew going into it, this is not going to be that great of a trading day just because of all the red folder news, Trump's news. Well, I don't know what he said or whatever. It doesn't really matter what he says. It's just like what the markets react to it. Like, what do the institutions do to the news, right? Unless it's about war or something, then normally okay, if it's news about war, then the market's going to drop, right? If it's news about, say, Nvidia earnings or something like that, then the market's probably going to go up if it's like good news, right? Okay, it's like for the Nasdaq or US30 or S&P 500 type thing. So, but yeah, I don't know what he said there today, but it didn't really do anything to the market. It did something to US30. If you watch the start of the live, we saw US30 930 candle, boom, it just freaking took off. But yeah, so that's the target for this guy, or equal highs type thing, you know. And don't just jump in it right now, guys. Like, it's that trade's played out, right? This is your entry. Was this candle here? It pretty much opened. I think it opened around here and then just shot right up real fast there. And you could even do stuff like this, right? So if you get a body open there, just in case you are in the trade, like say it comes up to here and then you get a body open over here, then you can just get out. Okay. There was something when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, I should talk about this in our live. And I totally forgot what it was, but it was important. You know what? I think it was this, but we already talked about it. The live Q&A, which as well, I don't know if I mentioned this. This live Q&A here, guys, this is open for everybody. Like, everyone can come to this and you can ask me questions. We're going to do a trade. I'll say this. We might not do a trade, but we're going to find a trade setup because this here 8 p.m. on a Sunday is market open. Normally around 8 p.m. you find the range, and then so meaning you're finding your trade setup, and then normally you can find a trade within 8 p.m. to 8:30. Normally, sometimes, right? And I don't trade uh, that session all that much. Like, I'll just kind of find a trade for you guys. I'll take the trade, but it's not like, I'm not trading like I am now, where I'm sitting here in front of the computer for an hour long type thing and really finding stuff. So this guy here, it's doing kind of what I said. It's just slowly going to creep up here type thing. Might create an equal high. Might touch that. Who knows? Might break out. Might crash. We don't know. Just take your profits when you're so there you go. It's trying to touch that. Okay, so if it touches here, guys, like 100%, like just sell right now, like get the heck out of the trade because that's this here. So if we go back 15-minute, we found that these are all equal highs. Okay, so it's really like you see how much it struggled on the 15-minute chart to break above that. Okay, so yeah, it could continue going up and then it could go up here to take out this high, but the odds are is it might stick around here or it might just come right back down. Like, who knows? So that fourth trade was a freaking amazing trade because it happened really fast. Anyways, that's it for today's session. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm like okay with it, I guess. It ended up being a profit. I'm gonna mark it as a loss just because that's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah, it's just when you have this at 2 p.m. and you've got a whole stack of red folder news, going into the trading session that it's not going to be that great. And that's another sign for you to be like, okay, maybe I should just like drop my lot size a little bit, which we didn't really drop our lot size today until the fourth trade, right? Just because I'd already done three trades. So yeah, that's the only thing I think I would change today is I would have actually dropped my lot size a bit more from the start of the session, just based upon that there's a bunch of red folder news later on, and we could have actually a lot of liquidity sweeps during the session. Which we didn't really have that many liquidity sweeps. We just had that one high risk trade number two, that kind of went against us. And you can see here on the 1 minute, now it's, maybe who knows? Maybe that is the tippy top and we're going to have a pullback here. Okay. So we'll see what happens there. But that's it for me, guys. It's 10:32. Hopefully you enjoyed today's session. And it's crazy to think how many people showed up. So now there's 19 on here. But yeah, guys, that was nuts. There was 25 people there when I looked. on there. So we'll end it here. We'll stop the recording.